Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Alex.
And we have Becca Moore with us today.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
This
It's been
is
a long
course.
time coming.
I know it has. We've been trying to get Becca on for a while since she apparently loves Love Island, but as she sat down in the chair today and announced she actually has not watched this current season.
I've seen the first season of the US, I think. You were on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen that one. I've definitely seen some episodes before.
Did you ever watch the UK?
Yeah.
Did you watch this summer?
No.
Oh, you got to go back and
I
watch
didn't
this
watch
summer.
this
It was
summer either.
amazing.
Was it really? Everyone was talking
so
about
good.
it. Okay, maybe I will.
Yeah. But before we get into it, we are going to take a brief moment to hear from our sponsors of today's episode. After the Island is sponsored by BetterHelp today. Alex and I have been using BetterHelp over the last few years after we were introduced to it originally to our podcast. BetterHelp is an online therapy resource and company where you can meet with a licensed therapist online. And it's very easy because you can do it from the convenience of your own home. You can switch therapists at any time, and it's much easier than having to go into an office. And obviously, we believe mental health is super important, especially anyone involved in the social media world, the reality TV world. It can be very challenging at times, lots of ups, lots of downs. So that's something we always find very important to us. So visit betterhelp.com/aftertheisland today and get 10% off of your first month. That's betterhelp.com/aftertheisland.
Another shout out to AG1, one of our sponsors. I drink AG1 in the morning and right before my workout. It makes me feel unstoppable and I'm doing amazing things when I drink it.
I also think it tastes like fruit punch.
It does. Since I've been drinking AG1, I've noticed I'm more focused. My digestion has improved, which like all the girlies with tummy problems, we know. Yeah. But I have way more energy, which is one of my main complaints throughout the day, is that I am feeling so run down all of the time. So it definitely helps with that. Why take a bunch of different things when you could mix in 1 scoop of powder in water once a day? Makes you feel great. Mm-hmm. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to the drinkag1.com/ATI. That's drinkag1.com/ATI and check it out.
All right, guys, let's get into it. So for people that don't know Becca and are new to meeting Becca today, Becca is a
How could you not? How could you not? TikTok legend.
I'm gonna say you probably don't have TikTok if you don't know who Becca is. You're pretty big on there for doing a lot of videos. I feel like you've coined the whole "for the girls, not the boys."
Yeah,
term.
For the girls, not the guys. Yeah, I started off by doing like rating things in my life, like 2 years ago.
Rating what?
Like rating my date. I was in college. It was like COVID. I would like rate times I got in trouble with my sorority or like my party dates that I hated. And then I started like talking a lot about guys and like critiquing them. So then I started like saying things that guys shouldn't be able to have. And that is where it all started, like the "for the girls, not the guys" thing.
My favorite one is guys can't have blankets.
Yeah. Or like air conditioning or
wait, why?
Water. Because like it's like a feminine thing to have.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like blanket, like are you for real? Like if you're in bed with a guy and he's like, "Let me go get a blanket," like shut up.
A blanket.
Well, we don't believe in air conditioning in this house.
Yeah, apparently not. Wait, so these start taking off and then you were like, wow, I could do this as a career.
I had no idea that it was going to be a career in the beginning. I was like serving at the time. I was a waitress and I had just said no to a 9 to 5. I was about to start a 9 to 5.
Doing what?
Oh my God, I was going to be a recruiter.
No, I could actually see that.
Really?
I could see that.
I feel like you would be good
terrible.
at that.
I would be terrible.
No,
I feel like you'd be really good at that.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start.
Maybe take that up as a job too.
But then they found my yeah, I should.
They found my Instagram.
But I only had like 4,000 followers.
I didn't get a job once because of my Instagram.
Really?
That is ridiculous.
They said because I was like an emerging influencer at the time, like pre-Love Island, and they were like, we want someone completely focused on the company, not the agency you're going to work for.
What?
Yeah. It was a big ad agency.
Did you know? I will tell you, I was in casting for Love Island at one point.
Shut up. Oh my God. Elaborate. Tell us.
Oh my God. It was when I was doing this TikTok in 2020. It was like the first season. No, second season.
Second season. Oh my God.
Wait, so she would have been on a season with like Sally and Justine.
I remember Shannon St. Clair ended up.
Oh, so that was season 3.
Okay.
3. Yeah.
Season 3. I feel like I wouldn't be able to like be in like a bikini all. I don't know. How,
What do you mean? You're literally perfect.
I don't know, dude. I think I get in my like I don't know. I can't like. I just feel like it wouldn't have been good for me. Like I feel like
If you
being
get
in
in
a
your
bikini
head.
all day, like I would be like, oh my god, I'm naked on national television. My parents are gonna watch it. I don't know how did you guys do that? Like
I just kind of pretended they weren't.
Yeah.
they weren't watching. You weren't
Yeah.
in your
I
head.
mean, like,
about,
no, because you don't realize it. You're like stuck with
Yeah.
everybody.
We were
That's
also
true.
the first season, so we didn't know how it was going to shake out. I was like, maybe they'll watch an episode or two.
Yeah, we're like, this is going nowhere.
Okay, and then you
Yeah.
ended up, it ended up being insane.
So we were
Okay.
like, oh, people watched.
I think at the time that I was in casting, though, I was still like really like in the world of like I still wanted like my frat boyfriends to like me, and like I didn't want them to like watch me get rejected on TV. You know, I remember that going through my mind. I was like, my ego is too like I can't get rejected. I didn't even make it on the cast, so whatever.
Wait, so did you make it to finals and stuff? Like,
yeah,
so
I
you went
remember
to the
I had to do like a
hotel.
psych eval. No, I didn't even go to the hotel.
Oh, I forgot.
I remember
that was
the
COVID.
last thing I did was a psych evaluation, and they like asked me all about my childhood and stuff like that. And then
they
I
do
never
that.
heard
They
back.
do that. Stop.
So
Yeah,
they don't want me.
you're like, as I'm saying this out loud, like maybe
There's too much trauma here.
another reason.
I was the problem.
Wait, that's actually so funny. So you made it really far.
Yeah, that is
I
pretty
can't
far.
believe
So
that
like,
slipped my head. Like I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah.
if they reached back out to you and said, Becca, do you want to go on the next season? No.
You wouldn't do it?
Why not?
Because I can't be I don't want to be put in a position where like a guy can reject me on I still don't like I'm being for real. I don't want guys to have power over me. Like
It's fair.
I would do a
but
show.
you could just go on and reject all of them.
Yeah, but then what if I get
technically.
kicked off? They would have to pay me a lot, by the way. Too.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're not doing
Yeah,
that.
that's
Contracts
not-
would
well,
have to be insane.
That's not a thing.
I'm not gonna be like hell no. Like I'm so like I cannot have anyone watch me get rejected by a guy on national TV. It would have to be a show where like I was the Bachelorette.
Yeah,
not even
okay,
the
like the main
Bachelor.
character.
No, I say that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would need to be the person. I could never handle being on The Bachelor and like
I know.
feel like I'm competing with a bunch of
against
girls.
I think that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't want to
wouldn't like that
compete with
feeling.
girls.
I wouldn't do
especially
well with that.
Especially if you're like the one that doesn't get a spot, you get sent home literally the day
the
you
first
go.
night. Yeah,
Terrible.
and I just know my
Terrible.
luck. Like things like that would happen to me.
Same.
That stresses me out thinking about that.
And you have to like be like a pick me a little bit. I mean,
No, you
I
totally do.
I love The Bachelor and all those shows, but you have to kind of like literally say, please pick me. Like I want to be with you. And then it's like, oh God.
You're like, I could never say
You're
that.
like, can't do
I
it.
know. I'm like, so yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty fair. I don't know if I could go back and do it again. I would maybe I don't know.
Would you
a
do it
tough
again?
say. Well, like no, because I'm obviously like happy right
Yeah.
now. But
Yes.
like if I went back, like I wouldn't change anything. Like I'm happy I went.
No, yeah. Like, why go back and change our edits? We got great edits.
Yeah, we looked like little angels.
Yeah. Thank God. Bring up someone that didn't get a good editor.
Who?
From our season.
No, I really can't talk about it because I feel like she still follows me on Instagram.
Okay.
I was gonna
We
say
can bleep
We
out
don't
her
have to say the
name.
name.
Oh yeah, she
yeah.
got a terrible edit.
Okay.
But I actually think compared to what she did in real life,
That's what I'm thinking.
she got a good edit.
Okay. Got it.
Oh,
Newspapers
She was
gave her a
crazy.
bad edit.
she knows that she's fucking insane.
Yeah.
We love you.
She's
Love
like,
her.
I think she's literally been like chased out of LA a couple times for like stealing people's sugar daddies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He could get really into it.
Oh my God. Don't steal people's sugar daddy.
So
Yeah.
am I allowed to ask you what your dating life is like right now?
Yeah.
Are you on the apps?
Yeah. I'm on Raya.
Okay, just that
How's
one.
it
Do
going?
Well,
you have Hinge too?
yeah, I have Hinge too, but oh my God, what? You guys are getting breaking news. I don't even know
Ooh.
if I
No,
should
tell me
say
right
it.
now.
Say it.
Oh my God. Okay, I got broken up with on Wednesday.
Oh
by
my God.
Raya date. Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah. I really liked him.
You
I don't
did?
know. Yeah. He broke up with
What was
me.
he like?
He was so sweet. He was the best. I didn't even tell you about him. I should tell you about him. He was great, like for real, but he works like he has a 9 to 5, like or like a 9 to 9. Like he works
Oh, a lot of
12-hour
hours.
days.
Okay.
And he lives in San Francisco. So
Oh, that's far.
I know.
Oh, you don't want that.
Yes, I do. I love him.
No,
if you're
too
watching.
young. You're too young. You need someone close proximity at this age.
I know,
feel
but
like.
should I-
'Cause
so what do I
you're
do?
young. How old are you again? You're like-
25.
yeah, you're young.
Oh yeah, you're so young. So much life ahead.
How did you meet your boyfriend?
Mutual friends. But like I had my fun on the apps for a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
I definitely had Hinge, Raya in New York, and I was
I got
like,
kicked off
I was like
Hinge.
date
You
girl.
did?
Like I
Yeah, I
loved
got
it.
banned.
Okay. Wait, why?
I think they think I was a fake person.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but
what'd you
just
do?
not
You had to
really-
have
I
done
didn't do
something.
anything
Okay.
unless I was being like creepy, but I don't think I was.
So when you met your guy, did you like know he was like the one or no?
Oh, we're really asking me these questions?
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm like interviewing you. But I mean, like, you kept going on dates and stuff, or what?
Yeah, no, I liked him right away. I knew right away. I mean, I definitely made jokes. Like I called him my boyfriend for the first like 4 months before anything was
That's what
even
I
like
have been doing
anything. Like I
just
just referred to him as that as a joke, and then I just kept doing it. And then I was like, you know that I call you that, right? And he was like,
We started
yeah.
calling him a husband at some point because we were
So-
like, we've moved on from
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Did he know that? Like, so when did you guys become official?
Maybe like a month or two ago.
What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were official like long ago.
Well,
Okay.
in my head, yes.
So he was like, "Will you be my?"
We were
girlfriend?"
like exclusive. You know how it's like weird. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
we're not talking to other people, but then you put the title on it next. It's kind of
Yeah,
weird
me
how
and-
that
we didn't-
works.
Me and the Raya man never got to that level. I don't. But it had been like 2.5 months.
That's a while.
Oh,
to be
that's a
seeing
while.
someone.
Yeah.
Were you going up to San
Mhm.
Francisco?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this
Twice.
was last week that it ended.
On Wednesday. Yeah.
Are you ready to see other people, or no? You need some
No.
time.
It hasn't even been a week.
Well,
I don't- Well,
it
they're
goes.
different levels. I
It depends on
understand.
my friends. Like,
It's
some
like,
people-
I'm ready.
some people next day they're like, "Yeah, I'm going out this weekend." I'm like, "That's good."
With who though? Where would I? Well, I don't like thinking
don't
about
know.
getting back
Someone
on
on
Raya. It's like,
Well, Raya scares me.
I know the people on there are terrible, and then the messages they send are literally like the stupidest things I've ever read in my. Are you guys like not? It feels like they're all like robots.
I want to hear the most ridiculous person that's ever messaged you on
Yeah,
Raya.
same.
like person, like
I have one.
celebrity or what?
Absurd.
I have
Okay,
I have two
go.
really funny ones. No, you're first.
Okay, I mean, one of them was like the guy from.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, your friend's also DMing me.
Wait,
Does
what?
that hear who that is? I'm
He's
mixing
like-
him up
He's a
with.
comedian.
I'm mixing him up with The Rock.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
could put the rock in.
yeah, you can put that.
Okay, The Rock.
No, it's not. The Rock.
Um,
That'd be cool. But no, but yeah.
Elizabeth, who was yours?
mine would be one of Ariana Grande's ex-husbands.
Who?
Or no, wait. Are they- Wait,
Ex-husbands?
not husband. Sorry.
He been married.
Sorry, not a husband.
They were.
That has to be
Wow,
bleeped as
that's
well.
amazing.
That was a
Wait,
fun
did you
one.
do it?
No.
Oh,
Why?
what did he
No.
say?
The reason I didn't do it is because I was working a 9 to 5 at the time, and it had spread around the entire office.
Oh, I
that
do remember
another
you
girl,
saying that.
2 other girls in the office also got messages from him. So I was like, okay, this guy went on a Raya spree.
Were they the same messages?
I'm sure it was copy paste.
What was the message?
I don't recall.
What?
I definitely
If
had
that
like
were me,
I
Brooke,
definitely did
oh,
the thing. I
the
definitely did the
judge,
thing
I
where you
don't
take-
recall.
Yeah, picture.
You take a picture of the thing because
can't.
you can't
Oh,
screenshot
yeah.
on it. Fun one was this has to be bleeped.
Who?
I don't know the real name.
yeah.
From
What? You remember that? That
Yeah.
was like
Oh,
not
wait,
that long
I
ago.
saw him, but I never matched. He never matched with me.
he actually deleted everything and then like removed me on it. So I was like, okay, his
What?
manager must have said like you're done with Raya. or
No, can
something.
I say what we came up with for
Yeah.
you to say to
Yeah.
him? Okay. Elizabeth was like, how do I make this funny? So we were like, if you go out on a date, with me or something, you have to give me a spoiler of who the killer was on.
Good.
Yeah,
You didn't. Do
the way we worded it was really funny.
Yeah.
No, he didn't bite at it. At
Oh,
that point, I think I scared him off.
No, he said something back.
Oh, actually, yeah, he did.
He
And
said
then-
something funny back, and then it just never like.
Yeah, I don't think it went from there. But then I noticed like whatever time later, he had removed me and deleted everything. So and it wasn't like anything weird.
Maybe he
It was
got a
there.
girlfriend
So
or
I
something.
think that's what it
Probably
had to
got a
be.
girlfriend.
or deleted it.
I got rid of it and I managed my subscription and it's gone. But
I want to get off too, but I'm so single. Ugh, I just like I'm done with this.
no,
Are
I
you
think
like?
it's
Do you
fun
want
way
a
to meet
boyfriend really
people.
bad?
Okay, well the way you worded that makes it sound like I'm desperate. Okay.
I've like
Like-
literally never been like so disinterested in men, so I'm just
Really?
intrigued.
Wow.
Maybe it's my age, but
I think I'm in a boyfriend season. I want a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
It's cuffing season around the
Like,
corner.
didn't mean it in a bad way.
I-
It's a
no,
great
no, no,
thing.
I
She's
totally
she's
I
you're-
want to.
There's like a guy on Love Island that he has a girlfriend now, unfortunately, but we
Who?
could have set you up with him, Bergie. He really wanted a Christmas
Oh.
date.
Damn it! Are you fucking kidding me, Elizabeth?
I
would've
know.
done the
What
best
a
Christmas day
Christmas
ever.
date.
No.
I think it.
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
a guy
perfect
that was on
match.
Love Island.
We'll take
I
a
would
poll
not.
in the chat.
No.
We'll take a poll in the chat for that one. I think you are more his type.
100%.
Just being blonde.
That usually happens.
He's,
Like-
yeah.
But I spent a year going on like terrible dates. I've spent like,
what's like the worst?
Yeah.
date?
oh my God, I don't even know where to start. The guy brought another girl on our date.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
So you had like a 2-on-1 in real life.
2-on-1. Yes.
In real life. So
I'm
you
not
had
even
the
kidding.
reality
How
show
did
in
he
real life.
explain it?
He said, he did not warn me, by the way. He DM'd me, and it's a guy that I've like had a crush on forever. Like, he's so cute, so tall, so like popular. Like, I'll tell you who, I mean,
Jacob Elordi.
no, I wish. If he brought another girl on, I don't
You're
even
like,
care.
I'm in.
But, okay.
You're like, okay.
I show up to the restaurant. It was at Craig's in LA. You know Craig's, right?
Of course.
I show up and I see him sitting at the table with another girl. And in my head, I thought that like it was maybe a girl that was already at the restaurant that he knew from something, and she was saying hi.
Stop.
So I walk over to the table like an idiot. I should have just left, but I like walked over and I was like, hi. And then I hugged him, and then she didn't stand up, and I was like, hi. Who are you? And I sit down. Dude.
So did you guys all put your cards in at the end, you three, or how did that work?
Craig himself came and sat with me.
Of course he did.
He literally came, sat at our table, and talked to me because they were talking to each other the entire time.
If there's one thing about Craig, he's gonna come up to someone.
I didn't even know.
Let him know that he owns the restaurant.
Oh, he let me know. He also said he was sending my mom vegan ice cream.
What?
Yeah, we had a lot of time. It was their date.
Oh,
And
Oh my
I'm not
God.
gonna lie to you, I made out with him.
Craig?
No, the guy.
So what happened to the other girl?
Yeah.
She went Ubered home. She was complaining.
She got
She
voted
watched.
off. So she got voted off.
Yeah, basically.
She didn't get a
like,
rose.
I got the rose somehow by being silent. I didn't even talk to him. All you have to do is be quiet, and then he like projects his.
He's like, this is
He's
perfect.
like, you're perfect. I was in shock. Well, he said when like I sit down, he was like, this is my friend. I don't know, say, and I was like, hi. She was like, hey, and then she just like sat on her phone for a while she was like talking to him, and like was just on her phone with him for like 3 hours, and I was sitting there watching because I was like, it's rude to be on your still doing like table manners. I was like, I can't get on my phone, so
I'm on a date with
two people, watching them on their date. So I like just sat there, and that's when Craig kind of like was.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still rooting for Craig.
Yeah, he sat down with me, and like we had a double date
Was this guy famous?
in Nashville. Yeah, he's famous.
Okay.
But not like I don't know.
It's really hard to determine that word these days. I'm
He's
like
friends
social
with,
media
like,
famous,
people.
influencer world famous, TikTok famous.
There's so many
different-
facets.
Yeah,
but
there's a
I
lot of
will
them.
say I only made out with him because I was in shock. Like she Ubered home. He put me in his car. I was in a car with him. And then, I mean, honestly, he was kind of hot. Like I just wanted to make out with him, like just to see what it was. Like I've always dreamed about that, making out with him. So I made out with him, and then I went into my apartment, and he was like, hi, I was wondering like if you need a job right now. I wanted to hire someone to run my Instagram.
What the hell?
He
And I was
really
like-
tested this out, and you fell for it.
Yes, I fell for it. It was like a job interview, I guess.
Stop.
And why did he make out with me? I don't know. I don't know why. And then you could ask, why did you make out with him, Becca? I don't know.
Because he wanted to.
I
Because
didn't.
you have no rules, but he does. And that's
Well, I knew, like,
that's
the entire,
fair.
you know, and like you're in a terrible date and you're like, this is going to be a good story. Like, I knew what it
Yeah.
was.
yeah, it's for the
10
plot.
minutes in.
Me and Elizabeth went on a double date once.
You did?
Yeah, we did.
Where?
It was the Soho House.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
oh no, that was a 2-on-1 date that we went on.
What do you mean?
It was
Us
not
two and a
normal.
guy.
Oh, yeah. I
It
like
was-
doing that with my friends.
It was
See, it's fun when
someone
it's your
pretty
friend.
notable's younger sibling that Alex and I are friends with, and they wanted us to go out with the younger sibling that's our age. And so we were like,
No, let me check
okay.
Elizabeth. He wanted to go out with her. She made me go.
And it's a good story. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like we were just kind of like being nice, like, yeah,
Hold on.
we'll go out with your brother. But before we get into our next story that we're gonna have to bleep the shit out of, let's take a quick moment to hear from one of our
Oh.
sponsors from Alex.
Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, which I always do every single night, not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets, inspired by NASA.
it's pretty crazy.
Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, self-cleaning.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, the sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth. Pretty iconic because I'm not going to lie, I'm disgusting and I hate washing my sheets. Okay, go to trymiracle.com/ATI. trymiracle.com/ATI to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo ATI at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Mom, you hear that? If you don't like them, you can send them back.
Alex and I both have them. We love them.
We do. I'm literally sleeping on them tonight. Yep. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/ATI and use the code ATI to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ATI to treat yourself.
Amazing. Okay, Alex, you might not know this, but one time Becca and I convinced an Uber driver something pretty crazy.
We were OnlyFans. That we were strippers or OnlyFans girls?
Both.
And we told him he didn't want to look at our names up.
Yeah.
No, he didn't need proof.
We said we used fake names on the Uber. Or don't you use a fake name on your Uber?
I do use a fake name on my Uber because one time this guy asked me to, they're actually like 3 times guys have asked me, they're like, oh, my sister loves your TikToks, or like, can I follow, will you follow me back?
Uber driver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I also did like a big like thing for an Uber driver one time.
Oh wait, I remember that.
Yeah, so I don't want people to think I'm gonna give them like money.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I totally forgot about that story.
The story's crazy.
No, wait, can you tell it?
I was gonna say, will you share it with the people listening that haven't heard it yet?
So I got robbed at Coachella, and he took my phone and my credit card. Actually, you were there. I don't know if you remember that part of the story, but you were there. It was at Revolve Fest.
Did we speak?
Yes, we all spoke to him. His name.
Oh, I spoke to him too?
Yeah, you were there.
You met the Uber driver? What's his name?
No, the robber.
The robber.
Yeah.
I was like,
do you want to blast him?
I was like, I was
No, I can't say his
never
name.
drinking too much at Coachella, so I'm confused.
It wasn't even. It was in broad daylight that he did.
You know what? I met some shady guys at that Revolve Fest too.
Yeah, I bet.
And I sat on a cactus.
Oh, you sat on the cactus before this happened because we were talking about that. Yeah. He was hitting on me. I said you were standing there. We were all just talking, but like I said, I made a joke making fun of him. Kind of. I was like basically telling him I didn't want him to be hitting on me. And I turned my back.
Was it the guy from Love Island?
No, he wasn't on Love Island. He wasn't. I would have told you that a long time ago.
Imagine.
This guy,
I was like,
I just wish I could say it so bad. He took my phone, my credit card, and my like rental car keys, and so that I would have to talk to him in the morning.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what he said out loud. Someone like remembers hearing him say that. What? So I was like, are you kidding me? Like I have nothing now. Because I didn't notice until we were at like
I know exactly who we're talking about now.
Do you?
Yes.
You were there. I always forget to ask you if you remember.
I got bad vibes from that guy. I don't know his name, but I know where we were and what we were doing. And we have pictures hanging out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly who it is. That's crazy.
He's like a guy that lives in LA. Anyway, I think he was on drugs. I don't really know it doesn't matter what he was on because he still robbed me. It doesn't matter. So I was stranded because I lived in Nashville at the time. I did not live in California. I didn't have any way to tell people that I'd gotten robbed. I had no way to like find this guy. Like I didn't know his last name. I didn't know his number. I don't know what to do. So my manager, and I didn't know where my hotel was. Like I didn't know where to go.
Oh my God.
My manager like let me stay in her room, but she had a flight at 7 a.m. the next morning. So she wrote down an address and like a phone number and was like, and like her credit card number, I think, to get me an Uber or something. And she told me to go straight to the Sprint store and just buy a new phone. And that way I can like let people know that I'm like stranded in California.
Oh my God.
I go to the concierge at 7 a.m. the next morning and I was like, hi, I got robbed. Like I need an Uber. You have to charge it to this. Like, I'm so sorry. And then the hotel paid for it. And then the Uber that showed up was Raul, my Uber driver that like literally changed my entire life. So I get in his car and I told him I needed to go to the phone store. And I think he could sense like something was more wrong than I was like acting. And then I go to Sprint and they told me they couldn't give me a phone because I didn't know any of my information.
No.
Like, I know.
Oh my God.
No. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm stranded. Like, I don't know what to do. And they were like, I'm sorry. But I look out the window and Raul was like, he didn't leave. Like he like waited outside for me.
And he didn't know anything? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
I just told him I needed a new phone. But he says now like that he could sense that I was needed help. And so he took me to the police station and we tracked down my phone and it was at that guy's Airbnb, my phone and my
What a
rental.
little shit.
I know, my phone was there with my credit card was like in the back, the phone of my phone case, and we found it at his Airbnb. And Raul like drove me around all day, like the entire day, and then at the end of the day, for free, by the way.
Oh,
I know. And then at the end of the day, he like bought me like food because I didn't have a credit card at this time. And then he told me that his daughter was like going through chemo. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like wasting your entire day. And your daughter has cancer. So I did the next day when I got a phone and like my phone back. I got my phone back. So I was able to like make a TikTok and I like did a GoFundMe and it went viral. It was like amazing. It was like insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then everyone helped me raise like $250,000 for his family.
Oh, I just got the chill.
I know. The story is literally incredible.
No, that's
but yeah, she beat cancer though.
Yeah, and you have that's amazing.
Stop.
And I feel like you have this
That's
amazing relationship with the family now too, and you stay in touch with them. And
I think I'm going to Mexico to celebrate like for their families like a celebration in October, I think.
We had fun.
Yeah.
Oh my
and you guys did
that's
Disney World, I
amazing.
saw.
Yeah, we've done everything. We've done
Oh
like
my
literally
God.
everything. Yeah.
That's so fun.
And you're close with his daughter too.
Myra.
Oh,
what an incredible story.
That's the best thing I've ever done.
I mean, that's
the public,
amazing.
Like everyone helped share the fundraiser. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, but
Is
like
the fundraiser still going on?
Yeah, it's like
cool.
open still.
We'll make sure we link it down below for anyone listening that would like to contribute. Yeah.
She has to get hip surgery now. She beat cancer, but she still has complications.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. She's just a teenager, so
yeah.
I know.
What a beautiful story.
How old is she?
She is, I think she's 19 now, or is she 18?
Okay.
I should know that.
It's a fun age.
Those ages blend together in my head.
Yeah.
They all do. All those years, I'm like, wow, that's scary.
I was 19 at one time. Oh my God.
I can't even think back
I was
to that.
dating my boss at a pizza store.
You have literally the wildest fuck. I feel
Didn't
like
you
we
get
could
fired
talk
from
all
your pizza
day.
shop?
I didn't get fired.
I thought you got fired from your pizza shop.
I got fired from.
Have you been fired?
Yes, I've been fired. Are you kidding?
Same. Alex, have you been fired?
No, I'm actually a really good employee. I'm not gonna lie.
You would be enemies. Terrible.
Okay, wait, why'd you get fired?
No, but like I'd probably be best friends with you at work because
People
you would entertain me.
We're nice to be at work, but I'm sure they hated me behind the scenes. Yeah, I got fired from a bar. I was a bartender.
Oh, now that I think of it, I got fired from 2 jobs because
Really?
I also got fired from a bar. I kept giving all my friends free shots, and
I
they're
did
like,
too.
well, not everyone's your friend. I was like, well, actually, I go to school here.
Oh,
Everyone
that's
is my
why you
friend.
got fired. That's why you both got
No,
fired.
that's not why
I was like, I do
did
that
way
shit all
worse
the
things than
time.
that. I was doing a lot of that.
What's the worst thing you did?
I blacked on Valentine's Day. I blacked out. They found me in like the stall. But I was fine. Like I wasn't like dead. I was like,
I
thought I was
making
gonna
money.
puke, like, and like the manager found me in the stall. I don't even remember this, but I guess like the manager found me in the stall. This is even why they fired me, by the way. They didn't fire me after this.
I was gonna say
the
this
worst
is
thing I
like,
did.
But why did you get fired?
Because I flew to Nashville. This is in Ohio. I flew to Nashville and I didn't call off, and they would give me special treatment, like, and I thought that I would have special treatment again.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I had that with my lifeguarding job. I was like, I have to go up north with my family, and they said, nope, you can't take that week off. And I said, my mom will kill me. And they said, well, if you don't show up, you're fired. And I was like, well,
too bad.
Sue is a lot scarier than you firing me.
Sue can't fire me from my family.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, was it worth it? I don't know. But then they like, now I'm friends with like the man. We ended up like, I went back and did like
Are you rehired now?
No, they did like a news story in Ohio to talk about like how I got my start. So we had, I'm not even kidding. So I had to go back to the bar and like they interviewed the guy that fired me, and they were like, "Why'd you fire her?" Yeah.
Oh
so
my God.
I'm
Well,
on good terms.
That's really.
It gave
funny.
you all the content.
Yeah, it
that
gave
you
me a
have
lot of
to
content.
this day.
Yeah, that was like,
Wait, so did you go to school in Ohio?
Mhm.
Where?
I went to Ohio University.
Oh, I didn't know you went to OU.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
my
do you know
God.
OU people?
Well, yeah, I'm from Michigan.
Oh yeah, rivals.
Ohio, that's not Ohio State, is it?
No, it's like the
No,
knockoff version.
Oh, okay.
It's like the party school. It was like top 10 party school one time, I guess, or the top
Ooh.
party school one time.
So was Central Michigan at one point.
So was Penn State.
I'm learning that every
Yeah, Penn
school
State,
was.
I'm like afraid of.
Every school was. So like, I don't know why it's so cool. Like, I don't know. Because I always say that, like, that's our only claim to fame, and no one would care. Everyone's like, yeah, so is mine. I'm like,
My claim to fame is like way worse.
What is your?
Yeah.
What?
I do that. And
The
I
Penn State football was like
apologize for
forever.
forgetting momentarily. Wait, I want to ask you, what I think viewers would be interested to knowing this, kind of to have you filled them in what it's like for you living in LA and being like a social media creator, an influencer,
TikTok star.
and attending like these events and stuff? I know you made a TikTok once that was pretty funny about you having a terrible interaction with someone in the industry, but I mean, it's tough out here doing that.
It is tough, especially coming from Ohio. Like it was a culture shock when I first got here. It was hard. Like it was a culture shock. I was like, oh my God, this is way different. But at the end of the day, okay, I'm starting to like get to the other side of being like, this is way better than Ohio. Like this is like amazing.
Yeah.
There's so many in Ohio, in like smaller places, like you have to be friends with like one group of people or else you're like kind of like not
right.
Cool,
you need to be with the cool kids or you're not cool.
But here it's like there's so many cool groups of people here. Like it's like I think I got in like a little bit of like a tiff with like group. I mean, we were talking about this before, but like a group of people that I was kind of hanging out with for a second. And I remember feeling like, oh my God, if these people hate me, like I'm done, like the world is over. But then I realized, wait, no one like cares about anything. Like everyone here is actually most people are normal here and most people are really cool. I will say like the event thing, like that it's not even like necessarily like only in LA. Like I went to an event in New York where people were kind of douchey. Like there are douchey people in
the industry.
Yeah. There are douchey people in Ohio though too. Like there's a lot more douchey people here though, I will say. Like
it's because they all congregate from each state that has the douchiest people. They all come to gather in this douche state.
I know.
And so you meet a lot more.
Like I'm a douche technically too. Like the fact that like I moved to LA to be an influencer, like that's really like embarrassing to like say
I feel that.
That. Like it's hard to like
I think that all just hit us.
Yeah. I hate when people ask me like, what's your job? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, like, I say I do marketing.
Me too.
Oh,
I guess that's embarrassing.
You want to know what I say?
What?
So, do you know who Molly May is?
Yeah.
Okay, so someone asked her job, and she said, "I'm a social media influencer," and I was like, "Oh, I like how she said it." So now I just say social media influencer.
Yeah,
I say that. Good for you.
Good for you. And then sometimes I'll throw in there that I have a podcast.
Yeah.
That's almost more embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, so you like to hear yourself talk.
And then it takes one step further if someone dare ask me what the podcast is.
No.
And then I'm like, no, I just fucked myself.
No, we're like, oh, we talk about a show we were on literally 5 years ago.
I'm like, it's like reality TV.
But then they love the Love Island thing though. They're probably like, oh my
People
God.
do like it.
Yeah, just
I need to get over the hump of like
behind the scenes,
getting in my head about it because it is cool and it is really fun.
I think that people like want to think that like I don't know. In the beginning I was kind of a pick me. I was like, well, I'm not like the other ones. Yeah. And then I realized, but I fucking
I'm the same.
I'm literally like the same as every single one. It's just like my own ego was like thinking like, oh, I have to like make people think that I'm like I don't do like but really I'm like about to start a podcast. Like I have like all these I'm exactly like every other influencer.
So. We're excited for your podcast. Do you know the name of it already or are you allowed to tell us or is it still under wraps?
I don't know. I think it dude, if there was like a big secret name that I had, I would tell you. I think maybe like or like if you have any names, like please
leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you got ideas for Becca, if you're a Becca Moore fan, drop it down below.
If you're a Becca Moore fan, you need therapy.
No.
I mean, honestly, all of us.
Fan. Yeah, ask Alex what name she name dropped on Love Island.
Who'd I name Braxton?
No.
Oh.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I did do that.
Wait, what?
I slept over his house.
And you talked about it on Love Island.
Yeah.
If I were on a show like that, think about here we have control over the editing. On Love Island, if I was on Love Island, I would be like, I love like telling stories. Like I would incriminate myself so many times.
No, that was me. Like it was the funniest story that's ever happened to me. Like I got trapped at his house and I couldn't get out because it's like so high tech and like security everywhere. And so I told the story like to the producers, but I didn't think they were ever going to use it. And then it was the first fucking thing in the game.
Of course. Like they
and then they like made me clarify like I did not make out with Vin Diesel because they were probably scared he was going to fucking come for me and sue me.
Yeah, I did an interview for a show that I was going to go on, which in like 2 weeks, but it's filming, but I'm not going on it anymore. And in our first interview with the producers, it was supposed to be like just like me introducing myself to the producers. And by the end, I was crying about my siblings.
What?
Crying. They were like, what makes you emotional? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe my like
Oh, that'll get you.
And they're like, what about your family? And then they kept asking. It was like a therapist.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you do that? This is our first interview.
Manipulation tactics.
That is how I know that like those shows, like they really have to keep you in your emotions.
I spilled it all in those interviews. Thank God they didn't use
they
a lot
know
of it, but
yeah, same.
Yeah,
the
I just
things
trust
I
anyone
said.
that's like asking me a question.
Me
I want to
too.
like answer the question. But yeah, I'm so easily manipulated. Like it is very easy to manipulate.
Oh, Becca is single and looking for a new hot date.
I don't know about that.
I just
she's almost 1 week out from her breakup.
My breakup. I miss you.
Call her.
Call her back.
Yeah,
I'll link her phone number below.
You can text me anytime. I am here.
Thank you so much, Becca, for coming on.
Yeah,
drop your handles or like whatever you want to fucking
people
promote.
Find you?
Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok. And then maybe I'll have a podcast soon.
Yeah.
We're so excited. We can't wait.
Yes, I can't wait for your podcast to come out. And to all of our listeners, before you go, let's take a moment to hear from our last sponsor, Magic Spoon.
Oh, I love Magic Spoon. I could talk about them without. It's a great cereal. You can freaking amazing. Gluten-free, wheat-free. It tastes like that candy cereal that like you would want, but your parents would never let you eat when you were younger, you know?
Oh yeah. And they have 4 flavors. There's cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter.
Yep. Peanut butter rocks.
It has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, which is really nice, and 4 to 5 net grams of carbs. It's only 140 calories per serving. This is very healthy cereal.
My mom also, she is a nutritionist, and I read her all of the like labels, and she said that it'll keep you full faster. I mean, for longer.
Oh, I like that.
Because it has like more protein than most things in it.
Oh, that's smart. And it's 0 grams of sugar, keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, and soy free.
So they want to send me PR?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
Magic Spoon.
Yeah. So
Please,
go to magicspoon.com/ATI to grab a variety pack and try it today. Be sure to use our code full of high protein cereal at magicspoon.com/ATI and use the code GCP to save $5 off. That is code GCP. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah,
and
also your cereal is amazing.
Thanks.
Please send me some.
Please send Becca some.
Okay, well, we love you all. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Leave a comment, leave your likes.
Thank you for having me.
I went backstage to the Jonas Brothers if anyone wanted to know.
What?
We love you.
All right, bye. Bye, guys.